gang, and welcome to another episode of Displaying Model Behaviour. And today we are going to go back in time, going to go old school to a Legends Legacy review. And this is a character that I don't know a huge amount about, but this video has enabled me to do a little research, and that is Bobby Morse, Mockingbird. Yeah, Bobby Morse, not Bobby Moore or any other permutation of the name that I keep on coming up with. It's Morse. I've managed to ingrain that into my head now. Boy, I hope I'm actually right, otherwise it's going to look really stupid reading back. Bobby Morse, Mockingbird, an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. who I didn't really come across until way recently, just reading Spider-Man when he was doing Spider-Man International, when Peter Parker was a millionaire tech mogul for all of 5 minutes. He would team up with Mockingbird and they would be kind of a duo, basically, kind of like a dynamic crime-fighting duo for a short time, to the point where actually they kind of started a relationship. I was about to say they fell in love, but that would be wrong. They did not fall in love. It was one of those workplace proximity type things, which is very common in the workplace. But in an interesting kind of twist, they were together for a little while, and then basically they both realized that, like, when we're not actually fighting crime and stopping bad guys, we really don't have much of anything in common. I quite like some of the slice of life type segments they would have in the comics where Peter was basically a bachelor slob, which is a shame because Peter Parker can never grow up, but I've accepted that. And Bobby Morse is like, you need to get your act together. He's like, nah, maybe one day. He won't. But still, we got Bobby Morse here, who's, I mean, the figure itself is a nice little figure. Not like spectacular, but she's decent. I think it's kind of I was going to say a generic body mold, but like there's a couple of female body molds. I can't say like this is the blah 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 body mold because I don't know. But it's decent, got decent female proportions. She's got the batons, or the Eskrima sticks. I know that Black Widow in the MCU, like they're called Eskrima sticks. How do you pronounce that? However you pronounce it, that's what they are. But also, what I really like, I like the boots. I like the sort of the combat tactical armor-plated kind of boots with the straps around the back. That's a really nice touch on there. Also, I love the separate part she has for her glasses, her visors. That looks really cool. And also it slightly hides the fact that if you look real close, her eyes look a little too far apart and her eyes look a little bit like she's hunting birds and rabbits at the same time. So she's a little bit boss-eyed, but the fact that she's wearing these glasses kind of hides that, so you can get away with that. A little problem with the figure, of course, is that because of her hair, which looks good, like the hair looks good, it's nicely sculpted, but there's really no head articulation. It doesn't go anywhere. It's that old Thor problem of the hair looks great, but it's going down around the shoulders and at the back, so you can't really do anything with the head. But the rest of the sculpt is nice. The buttons going down the front, that's very cool. She's pretty poseable, but again, I'm not telling you anything you don't already know. You collect Marvel Legends, most likely, if you're watching this channel. If you don't, what on earth are you doing here? Don't get me wrong, you're very welcome, but I'm just a little confused as to what the demographic is. But yeah, this is a fun, decent figure. Her face, though, is so neutral that it's a bit, yeah, she's a bit bored at what she's doing, so that could be something that could be improved, maybe like a little wry smile or a grrr. Although, I can't think of any female characters who have a grrr kind of face. It's always either blank or maybe a bit of a smirk kind of thing. So Hasbro, give us more interesting female faces. That would be kind of cool. I just suddenly thought of She-Hulk. She-Hulk has more of a grrr kind of look, but I mean, come on, she's the Hulk. But yeah, Bobby Moore is pretty cool. But, of course, the main question to ask is, Brad, what bar is Mockingbird?
Well, hello David, and hello to all the Model Behaviour viewers out there. Today you've given me Mockingbird, so let's get right on with it. On the list today at number 3, we have a packet of Tyrrell's Sea Salt and Cracked Black Pepper Crisps. Coming in at number 2, we have a can of Guinness Extra Stout. But number 1 on this list, and don't ask me how I found it, I just did. It is a tub of Mockingbird Meadows unscented herbal body cream. How I found it, I don't know, but that surely is the bar for Mockingbird. Anyway, as always, it's back to you, David.
Thank you, Brad, for that excellent What Bar segment. And now it's time to take a look at where Mockingbird ranks on the Legends Legacy ranking. You know, it's tough to know where to put Mockingbird because she's a very basic figure, but at the same time, she has little things that elevate her. Mainly, I just love her glasses with the translucent lenses, even if they do actually disguise some dubious eye sculpting. But still, she's going to get pretty high, not in the upper echelon, but I would say right between two big bruises here, going just below Whirlwind. So that is a decent grade for Mockingbird. Nothing incredible, but she's not an incredible figure. She's what I would call a serviceable figure. We wanted a Mockingbird figure, and now we got one. So let's take a look at some figure comparisons. So here we are for some figure comparisons. First of all, we have Bobby Morse with her main man there, Clint Barton's Hawkeye. Now I'm going to swap him out with one of her West Coast Avengers teammates, the beautiful Deluxe War Machine right there. And now we can take a look. Since she's a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent, it makes sense to have her with the head honcho, Nick Fury. And now we also have another West Coast Avenger. It is Centurion Iron Man. That's a figure that's really grown on me over the last few months. And of course we have the leader, or the sort of the de facto leader of any Avengers team, good old Captain America right there. Now we're going to pair her up with a similar black and white attired S.H.I.E.L.D. agent. We got Spider-Woman. And finally, we'll put her with her other squeeze, at least temporarily. It is the big time, well not big time, it's international Spider-Man. And that is how Mockingbird stacks up against some of her nearest and dearest. So finally, all things considered, I give this figure a sub rating of... And that was my quick-fire Mockingbird review. I didn't want to linger for too long on the character because I think there's only so much for me to say. I wasn't going to do a full career retrospective because I can read a wiki, which I have done, and watch a couple of videos, but there's not a huge amount for me to say. She has a decent character history, being an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., and then with the Avengers, the West Coast Avengers in particular, that's a big part, and she was married to Hawkeye and then divorced or killed or back together. It's a whole complicated situation, and somewhere there was Peter Parker in there too. I think currently in the comics she's back with Hawkeye, and also I think we will be seeing her in the new Disney Plus Hawkeye series as well, with him and Kate Bishop. That should be a good time. I'm looking forward to that. But folks, that is Mockingbird, and I like her very much. Actually, no, that's an exaggeration. I like her an adequate amount. So folks, what do you think of Mockingbird? Is she a good figure? Comment below, let me know. And until next time, keep displaying model behavior.
Choose